Hello, hello! Welcome to Facebook Live on April 9th, Thursday, which is also my anniversary. Not my wedding anniversary. Oh, no. This is a much more important anniversary. Just kidding. It's the anniversary of the day that I joined Stampin' Up! 17 years ago. So, hence the crown, because it's a special day. So I thought I should dress up a little bit for you guys and look really pretty. Okay, that's not really it. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to throw my tiara on there because my tiara doesn't get a whole lot of love. So, why not do it for my anniversary? So yes, today, 17 years ago today, April 9th, 2003, I signed up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I still can't even believe that it's been 17 years. When I signed up, I had a child. I'm trying to think if I was pregnant with my son. I can't really remember if I was pregnant with my son or not. It's quite possible that I was, because I remember doing my very first my very first in-home party, in-home Stampin' Up! Workshop for a dear friend of mine. And my son was 6 months old and he was at home. And my husband kept calling me on the phone saying, when are you coming home? Because he just would not stop screaming his head off because I was nursing him at the time. And, yeah, so I'll never forget that. And in fact, the first 2 or 3 home parties that I did, my son screamed the whole time for my poor husband, and he would always be calling me, when are you coming home? Hurry up and come home. And I'm like, I'm working. So it's kind of funny to think back 17 years ago, yeah, when my little son was screaming his full head off, wanting his mommy. So anyway, happy anniversary to me. I do have some amazing specials going on to celebrate my anniversary. So if you'd like to take advantage of them, I would love to have you take advantage of them. So what I'm doing is through next Thursday. So it'll be through next Thursday night after Facebook Live is over. You'll still be able to order. So my special is anybody who orders anything from me between now and next Thursday. Well, actually, it's my April special. Anybody who orders anything from me in April, I've got a 20 project tutorial for you using the amazing Ornate Garden Suite collection of products. So everybody who orders anything from me at all, no matter what the amount, they'll get that tutorial for free. Then if your order is $50 or more, you will get that tutorial plus a free $20 online class. And you can check out my online classes on my blog. At the top of the blog, it has the link to the online classes. So every $50 order will get a free $20 online class. If your order is $100, you will get the 20 project tutorial, the free $20 online class, plus a free goodie from my stash. And I have got a whole bunch of things that I'm hoping to give away. I've got designer series paper, I've got ribbon and paper, I've got embellishments, I've got some big shot platforms, I've got some little, what are these things called? Metal rimmed pearls, I've got a little punch pack, I've got a piercing tool, I've got a ton of stuff. I've got baker's twine. So every $100 order will get a goodie. Then the big deal is if you order $150 from me between now and next Thursday, you will get the 20 project tutorial, the free $20 online class, a free goodie from my stash, plus a $10 coupon that you will be able to use from our new catalog that comes out in June. So I will let you know via email that you have earned a coupon, and then you can redeem that with me on any order placed with me in June from our brand new catalog. Speaking of the new catalog, they're going to be coming out soon. Like they'll be mailing out next month. So if you are a customer of mine and you have placed a $50 order with me in the last 6 months, you will automatically get a new catalog from me. If you would like to get a new catalog for free, take advantage of my special going on right now for my anniversary and order, and then I will send you a free catalog. If you don't want to order from me, I totally get that. If you have another demonstrator, but maybe your demonstrator doesn't supply you with a catalog, you can certainly purchase one from me. I do right now during this month, they are $5.50. Because I can order them from Stampin' Up, and that's basically what they cost me. Or I mean $4.50. Well, actually $5 because I got PayPal fees. So $5. If you want a catalog, it's $5 in April. Anybody can get one. I'm going to put a link on my blog. I just thought about that right now. Anywho, So if you want a catalog from me, you haven't placed an order, you don't plan on placing an order, but you want a catalog, I'll have a link on my blog where you can pay me $5 for it. After April 30th, if you still want a catalog and are not a customer of mine, it'll cost you $10.50 because then I have to ship it out myself, and the post office charges $7.75 to ship one catalog. So there's nothing I can do about that. That's just what the post office charges. So anyways, I should say hello to some of you guys. Hello, we've got Debbie here, Pam, Lisa, Bonnie, Valerie, Mary Ellen, Kathy, Susan, Pam, Carol, Jay. Oh my gosh, Wendy, Teresa. Hello, everyone, and welcome. In case you didn't know why I have this beautiful tiara on, it's my 17th anniversary with Stampin' Up! So it's kind of a big deal. And, you know, I'm a little bit nostalgic about this because I moved to Sheridan, Wyoming. I didn't know anyone. I joined a local MOPS group, and then a lady that I knew put out a special. At the time, you could, well, you couldn't really, but I didn't know you could. Anyway, a gal persuaded me to sign up under her, so I did. She quit shortly after that, so I was all by myself. I didn't have an upline. I pretty much had to do everything, you know, I learned everything on my own. So I've learned a lot over 17 years, not having anybody to assist me. So I try really hard to assist all my team members. I'm open to any questions. They can call me, email me, text me anytime. I'm happy to help them do absolutely anything. I do coordinate with a couple other demonstrator friends of mine. And so we really have a full-on training for everyone, whether you want to be a discount shopper, you just want to sign up and join Stampin' Up! To, you know, get your supplies at a discount, or if you want to build a business like I've done over the past 17 years, or go on trips, which I've done a lot of Stampin' Up! Trips, and they are amazing. So there's never a better time than right now to sign up to be a demonstrator. There's no pressure to do anything you don't want to do. You can sit at home and just buy your supplies at a discount, or you can do what I do and get on Facebook and wear a tiara. Good times. So anyways, if you have any questions about joining Stampin' Up!, please let me know. I'm happy to help you. Otherwise, please place orders with me because I would love to have my anniversary be a really big sales boom for myself, because that would just be really exciting for me. My sales kind of last year, I had a lot of trouble with my mom. A lot of you know all about the struggles I had with her, and then she ended up passing away before Christmas. So I've really tried to ramp up my business again this year. I've been really faithful about doing Facebook Lives, and just really trying really hard to keep you guys entertained and keep you stamping. So anyways, I would love your orders. I've got a special host code that I'll show you when I flip the camera down. Again, my bucket full of goodies, all that great stuff. And then I did want to show you guys, in case you didn't remember, the amazing cards that I made for you last week. So I made these three. Well, I made one, but I have three that are all the same. I don't know, can I get them all in the shot? I think I can. So this uses that Ornate Garden Sweet Collection, which is super amazing. I also made these, this card. I think I made this one, but this one's also very similar. Same thing, uses the Ornate Garden. Well, it uses the pattern paper and the ribbon. And then I had the punch box in there. And then I also made these adorable little Easter baskets that are so cute. So I think I'm still going to try to trick my kids, and I'm going to put a few little treats in here, and I'm going to hide them in the house, because normally when they were younger, you know, we had their larger Easter baskets that we would hide. Well, these are quite a bit smaller, so I think these are going to be a little harder for them to find. So so that should be kind of fun. So anyway, yeah. Also, before I flip my camera, I wanted to we have a winner here. Sharon Lega, or Lega, L-E-G-A, Sharon, if you are watching, please send me a message either on Facebook or an email, barb@barbstamps.com, to claim your prize. You get a free online class, any online class of mine that you want, $20 or $25, it doesn't matter, Sharon. So just email me with your choice and I will send it to you. So thank you so much for sharing the video, commenting, asking me questions. Yeah, tagging your friends if they're stampers so that they can watch me make some super cute things. So yeah. All right. One more little thing I did want to mention was I did have my Create Where You Are class to go last month. It was using the My Meadow stamp set, and I do have one kit left. I had an odd number of signups and I halved a couple of items, so I had to I have a half, like a half, and it's a full kit because that's how I designed the kit, was to be with half of some things. So anyways, I have one kit left. It's $45 shipped to your door. It does not include the stamp set, but I can get a stamp set for you if you desire. So hit me up at barbstamps.com, barb@barbstamps.com if you're interested in a kit to go if you're sitting at home and wanting something to craft, because aren't we all? Yes. So I'm going to flip the camera. I have a couple cards to show you that I got in the mail. One of them I may have showed you last week. I can't remember. If so, you'll get another shot at it because it's amazingly cute. So I'm sure you won't be sad. All right, here we go. We'll flip it, flip it. There we go. All right, now I need to adjust because it looks a little crooked and I don't like that. And whoops, I'm going to zoom in just a touch so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I think that's still a little crooked. Okay, hopefully that will work. Here is my host code. If you are planning to order for my anniversary special, please order. I hope that you will. I have a lot of great specials for you. I think I mentioned them earlier, and I'll review them in a little bit. So here's one of the cards I got. I may have talked about this last week. My team challenge for this month is to create a fancy fold card for our group and to post it on the team page. And I'm going to draw a winner at our team meeting, which is next week. We're doing that, of course, Facebook Live because we can't gather. So you know how that is. Anyways, it's a super adorable card. Check that out. So it's a little bit of a fancy fold. It uses that adorable bunny and then our Happy Easter. Then I got this gorgeous card from one of my team members. She had won a drawing. I give away prizes based on sales and everything, and Nina had won one of my prizes last month, and so I mailed her goodies, and she sent me this gorgeous thank you card. Isn't that pretty? And then she sent me a little note inside and left the card blank so that I could go ahead and send it on to someone else. So I think that I shall, because that is a great thing to do. I do that a lot when I send out cards to people. I will just enclose a little note and I won't actually write in the card, and that way if they want to forward it to someone else, then they can. So thank you, Nina and Barbara. All right. We did talk about the Ornate Garden stuff last week. Just a quick review. Here's the stamp sets. Here is the designer series papers, little 2-inch patterns of each. We have a ribbon combo, terracotta and old olive. We have these really cute gilded gems. Hello, Pat. And hello, Kathy's here. We have the Ornate Floral Embossing Folder. That gives that really, really tiny little floral detail. I love that. And then we have our 2 die sets, and I only have one in my hand right now, so I don't know what I did with the other one, but we have gone over all the different dies in the set. And I know Carol's on here, and I saw Carol post a beautiful card this afternoon that she made using this. So yay, Carol, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you're using it. It's got a ton of dies. This is just one of the sets. This is the Ornate Layers dies. And then we have the Ornate Borders. And honestly, I don't know where that is because I thought I had it here on my desk. So apparently it's lost in this mess that I call a desk. All right, so I need to be sure that I'm not getting rid of things that I need to use in a project. So anyways, I also have an online class using this amazing array of products. And if you order this bundle, collection, whatever you want to call it, of products from me, you get my online class for free, plus the cardstock kit. So yeah, so check that out. Okay, so let me grab a bucket and we'll get started. Since we have this stuff laying here, let's just make a card with it, shall we? All right, so I'm going to start with a piece of Whisper White that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And this is our thick Whisper White, because I always like to use thick Whisper White when I'm doing as a card base, because that's really a lot sturdier than our regular Whisper White. And it just holds up to when you have it perched up on your desk or on a table or something, it'll stay a lot better. So then I have this little die, just came out of the set that I just showed you, the Ornate Layers. This piece of cardstock is terracotta tile. It measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then I used one of the Ornate Borders dies along the edge there. That's the die set I can't find at the moment. But there's a really cute little die that creates that fun border for us. And then it also has these 3 little flowers that are really cute. That's another few things in the set. So those are really cute. So we're going to be using those as well. All right, so let me scoop some of these things out of the way. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper because I got to do some stamping. Ugh, do I have any nice scrap pieces of paper? Is there such a thing as a nice scrap piece of paper? I found one. Okay, so I've got some terracotta tile ink, and I have the Ornate Style stamp set. I'm going to be using this amazing large image here. I can't stop using this, you guys. Seriously, I can't stop using it because it's amazing. So I'm going to use that. I'm probably going to use this for a little filler also. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a piece of, what the heck? Get yourself off my stamp pad, wherever you came from. Who knows? And now look, I have ink on that. Ugh, this is already going to hopefully not be a mess. All right, I'm going to pinch it off on my fingers, and then we'll just do that and hope that it works out fine. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I'm going to ink this up. When I have a large stamp like this, I like to have it on my desk rubber side up or photopolymer side up, whatever style of stamp, whatever material it is, and then I ink it that way. So I'm going to stamp this on both ends here, so I'll stamp it right there, and then we're going to ink it up again. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What a ding dong. Start over. Okay, I was making a card that I made last week in my mind. This is a different card. We're doing it this way. Okay, so I was thinking I don't have to ink that up twice. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so we're going to ink it up and stamp it one time on the card. And here is Barbara. Hello, Barbara. All right, so I do have that small little stamp, that little kind of filler that we're going to use just to kind of fill in some of these little spots here around the card. Maybe there, perhaps there. And do I want to do the bottom? It actually doesn't even matter because the bottom isn't going to be seen for the most part, so we will just do that. Okay, now I can close this so I don't make a mess. And now I need my paper cutter. So here's my trimmer. So I am going to now cut a 1 1/4 inch, cut this at 1 1/4 inches on both ends. So I'm going to trim off 1 1/4 from that side, flip it around, and we're going to go 1 1/4 from this side. Is that 1 1/4? Yes. Okay. So now I have 3 little pieces. Get off. I don't have any fingernails, so I can't get those off. Okay. So now we're going to take our piece of Whisper White. I've already got it scored, so now I'm going to fold it in half. Bring in a bone folder, get a nice crisp fold there. And then I'm going to line these pieces up. Having no fingernails sometimes is a gigantic pain in the rear end. But if I had nails, they might be looking kind of scraggly right now. Like my hair. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had to dye my own hair. Don't tell my hairdresser, but I had to dye my own hair because the grays were out of control. So, yeah. And my tiara that I had on earlier in the show, well, I still have it on, but you can't see it now. It kind of hides a little bit of what I colored and didn't do such a great job. But you know, when you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I couldn't handle the root grow out anymore. It was so bad. And so I just thought to myself, you know, I got to do it. So I did. My daughter says, yeah, it's not your best work. I said, yeah, I know. I'm not a hairdresser. Okay. So let me add this. So this one I'm putting right in the middle. And then these two I will put on the sides of this with just a tiny little gap. Like so. Oh my gosh, I did not tell you guys in the beginning of the show where I do a little bit of rambling. The other day, Monday evening, afternoon, late afternoon, I was sitting down here and I was talking to my sister-in-law on the phone. Just chit-chatting away. We get done talking. It's about 20 after 5 and I turn to my computer and I start doing a little bit of work. All of a sudden, I realize I'm hearing something. I don't know what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing something. And I think to myself, oh, well, it was supposed to rain, so is that what I'm hearing? Am I hearing rain? and I wasn't sure. Like, I didn't hear the rain behind me because I have a window right behind my desk, and I didn't hear the rain coming from there. I thought, what is that? So I start walking towards my family room, which would be right behind me as you guys are watching me live. When my face is on the screen, right behind me is my family room. So I start walking over to my family room, and the sound's getting louder. I'm like, what the heck? So I keep walking through my family room to a bedroom that we have on the opposite end of the house. And as I get close to that bedroom, I can see water, like a waterfall, pouring into the bedroom down here, pouring out of the heat vent. And as I get to the doorway, it's also coming out of the hole in the ceiling. We have like a drop ceiling in the basement, so the electrical outlets are screwed into like the floor above us. So then there's like a space, and then we have the ceiling down here. So the water was coming out of the opening where the light shines through. So not through the light where the electricity is running, but through coming out of that hole. And I'm standing there flabbergasted because I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I mean, it's like a literal waterfall pouring out of these two openings into this room, and the room is flooded. So I start yelling for my kids, help, help. No one comes. So I scream louder. Finally, my daughter comes running down. She's like, what? And I'm like, there's water pouring in the house. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's Justice. That's my son. She goes flying upstairs, runs outside. He's got the hose on out there, which is the spigot's right on the side of this bedroom. Apparently there was a blowout in the pipe, and yeah, it flooded that room. So he turns the water off. We shut the water off to the house, and then we start the cleanup, and oh my gosh, what a mess. So anyways, that was a super fun way to start the week. Anywho, but now we're stamping. Now we're having fun. It's my anniversary, and I am super excited about it. So I'm taking a sentiment out of the stamp set called Ornate Thanks. I'm so grateful, because I'm so grateful that my entire house didn't flood and that I was sitting down here and caught it. Apparently the water had only been on for about 10 minutes, which is long enough to fill up the bedroom. Yeah. So anyways, we had a plumber come the next day, and he was able to cut the ceiling and get in there, and yeah. So it's all fixed, but now of course I still have a gigantic mess that I have to clean up, and we all know how that goes. So that was a fun start of my week. So it's gotten better from there. All right, so there's my sentiment. So I'm going to add my sentiment. It's going to come in about like so. See, that's where I said I didn't really need to put any goodies down there because my sentiment was going to cover that. So I'm going to add that with some dimensionals. And there we go. 3 of those little guys. So yeah, so my downstairs is a disaster. There's literally crap everywhere. My daughter had all of her stuff from college stored in there, you know, because we moved her out of her dorm here a couple weeks ago. And so she had just all kinds of stuff, and just, yeah, everything got wet. Okay, so then we're going to take these little flowers that I did die cut from the stamps, or the die set that I can't find. And I need to, here's my liquid glue. Okay, so I'm going to take the biggest one. I'm just going to add some glue just to these petals. A couple of petals here. So that room, we have fans going in there, so I don't think you guys can hear that. My husband's got some water going on right now, but I did close the door and turn the fans down a little bit, so hopefully it's not obnoxious in here. But like I said, I am so thankful that the spigot to the house, the one that he opened up, was not the one that's right in my stamp room here, because there is one to our backyard that's right in my stamp room. And if that would have happened, then my whole stamp room would have flooded. So I'd rather have the bedroom flood, because we had it flood a few years ago and we've never replaced the carpet. So it was just like a concrete floor with some throw rugs. And so now I'm pretty glad I never replaced the carpet, because it would be soaked again. Okay, so I've got some gilded gems here. I'm just going to pop a few of these off the sheet and add them to the card. If you guys are kind of wondering, where did I come up with this card? I'm going to show you here in just a second. Ugh, I need to get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing here for you guys. All right, we're going to add a medium one right here. And then I have a small one that I'll put at the bottom there. And we'll take the smallest one off and we'll add that right there. Oh my gosh, I just love this card. I made this for a swap and I just was super excited about it. In the marketing materials for this suite of products, there was this card right here. And it's quite a bit fancier than the one that I'm making for you today, but I was quite inspired by that little trio, that little triple panel thing going on there. So this is my take on that. All right, so then I've got some ribbon here. And I'm going to use the terracotta tile. I'm going to tie a bow. Let's just see if I can tie a bow. I don't remember if it was last week or a couple weeks ago. Boy, I was hardcore struggling trying to tie a bow. It probably appeared to everyone that was watching me that I had no idea what I was doing. So we're going to try this and this. Yay, today it looks like I do know what I'm doing, so yay me. All right, so you get the bunny ears, you wrap them around together, and then you just sort of manipulate it until it's the size that you want it. And then you just trim off the ends. And I just think this card would be really pretty. Just like lots of different color combinations too. Like I just took this out of the paper because that's, you know, what I was working with when I was making those swaps. But I mean, you could do this, I think, with lots of other colors because I didn't use any of the designer series paper. I just used, you know, colors. And so we could do a lot of fun things with them. So I thought I'd just throw this little bow right down here. And then if we want to add something to the inside, we could. I didn't at this moment. I don't know, could I? I could. I said so grateful, and there are so many things here. We could just say, your kindness is so loved, for all your help. I guess I could send this. I could give this to my children, couldn't I? For them, because my husband was at work, of course. Where's that stamp? Why is this so hard to read backwards and upside down? For all your help right there. Okay. Yeah, so my husband, of course, was gone. The last time our house flooded, he was gone. So I called him at work and I said, oh, by the way, I need to get a block. By the way, the basement's flooding. So he was super excited to hear that. Oh, man. Craziness, you guys. Complete craziness. Okay, so I think we're going to do this in terracotta tile. So let me open that up. Okay, and it does say for all your help, because you know how hard it is to read upside down and backwards. All right, let's hope that this is going to be centered. I think it's pretty good. You know what else we could do? We could just add one of these cute little flowers because they're cute. Right down here at the bottom, I think. There. Adorable. So that is my first project. I hope you guys like that. Let me get these things cleaned up, because you guys know I can't stand having a mess. I just can't stamp when there's stuff everywhere. It's a personal problem. It's kind of funny though. I think my daughter has inherited this anal kind of thing from me. How everything has to be a particular order, or things have to be in a particular place, that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I'm sorry to my dear daughter that she gets to be like her mother. Okay, so let's clean these off. I'll put those away. So this is my chamois, and of course it looks like it's filthy, but it's really not. I promise. It's just stained. Okay, moving on. So I hope you guys are sharing the video. I really want as many people as I can get to watch the show and hopefully want to order during my anniversary special, since I am wearing a tiara and everything today, you know. Okay, we can leave those out. So let me get my next goodie bucket here. All right, so this card is going to be for the men. Well, I guess it could actually be for anyone, but I mean, I'm going to have a guy on the front of it, so I guess it's kind of for the men. And this uses our Clubhouse bundle. This is in the Occasions catalog. It includes the stamp set and the die set. And normally I cut all the dies in preparation for the class, but that day and a half I spent cleaning up water really threw me for a loop this week. So I'm a little behind. So I didn't get that done, so I apologize. But there are a lot of really fun dies in here. There's this gigantic golf ball that does put a lot of fun texture into the paper. We have, of course, the gentleman golfer here. We have a die for this little set, this little thing right here. There's a die for this little flag. There is a die that can go for that thing. I don't think you can actually die cut that with this. I mean, you could try, but I think it would be pretty difficult because you couldn't really see in it. But we do have a die to cut that design out. We have a die for that little thing. We have a die that can cut the happy birthday. And then we have, where is that? There's a little set of 3, oh, here we go. 3 little tiny golf balls, similar to the large golf ball, but they're quite a bit smaller, but they do put the design in there. Jennifer says, I wish my daughter had, especially with her home from UW. Oh, Jennifer, your daughter goes to UW. Cool. And then some golf clubs, a golf tee, and then a little bit of grass. So those are all the dies that are in the set. So I am going to use the dude golfer. I'm using this ball on another project that has nothing to do with golfing, so I can hardly wait to show you guys that. And we'll put these away. All right, so I'm going to put this back on here because this is from my other project. So I'm going to throw that in that bucket. Where is it? It's right there. And we will get to making this project. So before I came live, I did die cut some things. I die cut the teeny tiny little golf balls. There's 3 of them. And then I die cut a bunch of little grass pieces. And there is a little bit of embossed detail. I think you guys can see that. I hope so anyway. So let me put these back in here so I don't lose them. So we're going to use those. So this is going to be a little bit of a fun fold card, since I was talking about fun folds with my team, and they're encouraged to post their own fun fold on our group. So all of you girls that are on my team that are watching, get your fun folds made and put them on the group, please. Okay, so we are going to take this piece of Night of Navy that measures 4 1/4 by 11. We have the old trimmer here, and we are going to score it at, I need to flip out my little arm. Okay, so we're going to score it at 8 3/4 and 3 1/4. So we're going to go 8 3/4 is right there. Get the scoring blade in here. And then we're going to bring this to 3 1/4 right there. Okay. So then we're going to fold these to the center. Burnish them. Okay, so there we go. And then I do have an inside layer that I'm going to tuck right inside there. You know, I'm looking at my replay on my iPad, and this is, what am I doing? Or was I looking at something else? I think I was watching my video from last week. No? What the heck? Am I still live? Guys, can somebody give me like a thumbs up or a hey? Because I'm wondering if something happened. Did I freeze? Am I frozen? Am I still here? Did the grass die come with that die set? Yes, Pam, it did. All right. Can you guys, because I'm like watching myself here, but it looks like the lag time is super bad. I don't know. Yes, you are live. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Gosh, all of a sudden I'm like, what the heck? I'm looking at my iPad and I'm still creating that other card. I thought, what is going on? Okay. No cause for alarm. All right, so here is a piece of the Designer Series paper. Oh, the Designer Series paper. Let's talk about it. There's a lot of fun patterns in here. So this is the one that I'm going to use on the card right now. Thank you, everyone. Here is another pattern that comes in the set. Now this side you can like trim it up and you can color it, so that's pretty cool. Then we have this one with the golf bags and some more argyle. We've got this, we've got some plaid here, and then some golf carts. And then what else do we have? We have this piece here that has the golf balls and the golf tees. Other side is fun blue plaid. Oh, here's a gray argyle. I think that's what it's called, argyle. Oh, listen, that doesn't sound right. Then there's these little guys here that you can actually crop out with some of the dies, or this is one of our punches. The oh man, here we go again with me and Tailored tag is what that's called. Crop that out. And I think there's one other pattern in here. Is there? Oh no, maybe I showed them all. Okay, anyways, fun guy kind of patterns. Maybe not completely guys. Argyle can be guys or girls, but so we're making a birthday card for a dude today. So here's my little piece. This measures 2 by 4. And so I'm going to add this to the bottom here on this panel. Let's see, about like so. Okay. And then this piece here, I can't remember. It's something by 4. 3 by 4. And we need to do a tiny bit of stamping on that. So we're going to bring in the stamp set. Oh, wait a minute. I need to get my, here we go. I need a block. Here's a block. All right, so I've got this with the golf ball on the tee in the grass. There we go. I need the garden green ink. Where are you, garden green ink? Let me spin my little ink dispenser around here. Here we go. And so I'm going to ink this kind of randomly across. So I'm going to start in the middle. I always like to start in the middle when I'm trying to be a little bit random, because that way, as you're going out away from the center, you won't end up with not enough space, is what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of times if you start on the edges and then you come in, you might need something in the middle, but you're not going to have room to put it in the middle because you've come in. I hope that makes sense. I don't know how to really explain that except start in the middle. Just take my word for it. Okay, so that's a little bit of random stamping there. So now I'm going to add that to the top flap. Okay, like so. Okay, so I need to pull it up. There we go. I think that's even. All right, so I need to burnish these fold lines. All right, so then I have a, can't remember again, 2.5 by 4 1/4, I think. Yep, 2.5 by 4 1/4, and that's going to go over here. And then we have our little buddy, the golfer. So I do have my Stamparatus set up. Like, I was working on some swaps with this set a few weeks ago, and I've just had other things going on, so I never did take this off of my Stamparatus. So I thought, well, why would I now when I could just die cut a blank? So I just die cut the blank out of white, and now I can bring in my Night of Navy, and I can just ink him up, and then he should be perfectly placed for me. Let's see if it's still, after sitting there for a couple of weeks, if it's going to be going. So does anybody have any questions for me today? I would love to answer some questions if you guys have any. Yay, look at that. Perfection. So I like to use my Stamparatus if I'm going to be doing swap cards, because you're making a lot of cards. So what I do is I stamped him on this, then I die cut it really precisely. I use like washi tape and everything to get it perfectly placed on there. And so now, as long as I leave him on here, every time I stamp him, he'll be perfectly placed. And so now it's into, you know, Father's Day and whatnot's coming up, so I'm probably going to need him a little bit more. So I will just leave that as it is. All right, we don't need that. We do need this because we're going to stamp some sentiments on the inside. So I thought I would use 2 of the sentiments. I thought I would use the "You're the Greatest Guy" by Par, and I hope the next year is full of green fairways, blue skies, and short putts. Now, I say that like I know what I'm talking about, but I couldn't tell you what any of that means. No, I guess I kind of know. I'm not a golfer. Okay. I don't think I've ever, well, that's not true. When I was in junior high school, so that was, I don't even know how many years ago, we had to do a little bit of golfing as part of our PE credit. And I was terrible. Just going to say that right now. So if I failed PE, it was because my golfing was terrible. All right, how did you get the grid on your blocks? Oh, Mary Jo, these are some things that Stampin' Up! Sold, oh gosh, many years ago, and then they discontinued them. But I had kind of grown accustomed to using them and basically addicted to having them on there, so I left mine on. It just helps me a better placement. So I think you could, if you wanted to, you might be able just like to draw some lines with a Sharpie, because like put a ruler down and then maybe draw some lines across your block with a Sharpie. It doesn't matter if the lines are, you know, they could even be crooked on there, but as long as your line is, your stamp is lined up on your line, then you'll get it straight. So there's a little possible tip for you guys. All right, so we have our little dude here. So I'm gonna just kind of blend a little bit of the ink on his clothing, like some of these spots here where it's kind of already shadowed. I'm just gonna add, I'm using a blender pen just to kind of blend that ink just a tiny little bit more. Just kind of gives it, I'm not even sure, just a teeny bit of a different look. Softens it up just a tad too, because it's not so dark then. And then when you're done, which I'm not quite yet, but you can see I got a little bit of the blue that comes off of my pen, and then I'll just scribble that onto my paper. And then the next time I go to use this, it'll be nice and clean for me. So blender pens do come in a pack of three pens per pack. I think they're only like $10 or something. They're pretty cheap, and they work really, really well with our watercolor pencils. So if you have our watercolor pencils, the blender pens are the absolute best thing for you to have to blend your watercolor pencils. Okay, so now we are going to put our dude here-ish, and we're going to add some of our little pieces of grass. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and tack him down with some glue. And, oh, you know, I probably should have just used liquid glue to begin with, because I do need some down here and maybe a tiny bit on the golf club. There we go. Okay. So does anybody have any special things they're doing for Easter? We're staying home. Anyone else? That's just a joke. It was a terrible joke, but yeah, we're going to be staying home. Normally we would head up to Montana to spend Easter with my mother-in-law. But in light of what's going on and the fact that she is, you know, she's close to 80, you know, I don't want to have any issues. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the one that could possibly spread the virus to her, because that would be awful. So we are just going to stay home and maybe have a tiny little Easter egg hunt for my grown-up children. Oh, I bet they would laugh their heads off if I did that. Okay, I am going to trim off some of this piece of grass so I can get it to fit down in there. So I'm going to just add a little glue, and then I'm going to just tuck it down here behind these other pieces. There. And then I have a tiny little golf ball that I'm going to add a tiny drop of glue to. And I'm going to set that right there. And I don't know, should I put more grass? Or no? Yes. I thought I'd maybe throw these other golf balls down here on the ground, so it kind of appeared like, you know, he was practicing like I had to do in junior high. We had to like hit balls, and man, that was terrible. Oh, I just had an idea what I might do with these pieces of grass. Maybe I might add them on top of these other ones. So I think I have another one. I think I did 5. Where are you? Other piece of grass. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4, 5. Okay, I was thinking, I know I had 5. Maybe I could just add a bunch more grass down here. Is that too much? Is that like grass overkill? I am going to let the grass sit here for a second, and you guys tell me, is this grass overkill if I put all the pieces of grass on there? Say overkill. Yes, overkill. No, overkill. And so while you're doing that, I'm just going to kind of clean up my mess a little bit. And what else? Stay-at-home birthday last month. Oh, Linda, yeah, I know. We're having a drive-in church service. That's awesome, Diana. Yes, Melissa, I know. Yeah, Melissa just commented. We're supposed to be having, we're under a winter storm watch right now, you guys. This is no lie. Saturday, morning through, I think, Sunday afternoon, we are under a winter storm warning, and they are saying that we are probably going to get 7 to 13 inches of snow here. Are you kidding me? Put some on the inside. Oh, Pam, yes, brilliant plan. Yes, you guys are right. I think that was a little bit overkill. Oh, Charlene likes the added dimension. Dang it. What to do? Well, I think I'm going to see do what Pam said. Maybe I'll stick it on the inside. How would that look if we had just a couple pieces of random grass down here? Maybe just one. Two? 2 pieces? 1 piece? Oh, Barb, what to do? Maybe I'll trim off. Where's my little scissors? Here we go. Maybe I will like trim off that and this. And then they can kind of butt up against each other. Let's do that. I kind of thought maybe that was too much grass, but I don't know. It's meh, 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 meh. That's what I always say because I don't know what to do. So that's my answer. And my kids think I'm a little bit strange, and they're probably right. Trim that off too. A little too long. Still a little too long. Okay, how about a couple of tiny little pieces of grass on the inside? I don't know. Maybe it stinks. Maybe it's fine. Okay, now, very important part. I'm only going to put glue at the top of this part of this image here. Okay? Because if I put it on the whole thing, then it won't open. Hee. Okay. So we have that. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to have like a happy birthday sentiment or something on there. Well, I happen to have this skinny little piece of paper here. So I'm going to pull out the happy birthday stamp. And I'm going to get a block. Oh, no. Mary Jo, I don't have a thingy on this. So we're going to have to wing this and see if I can get it to be straight. Hee hee hee. Okay, so we are going to stamp happy birthday in green. I just made an executive decision right now. I'm standing here, right here, in front of you guys. I said executive decision. Oh, you know what? I need a piece of cardstock because I can't see if I have my white piece of paper on a white piece of paper. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Well, I think I could give myself another shot at that because it's not super straight, but it might be straight enough. That I think is a tiny bit better. Okay, so I am going to flag this end. Yeah, I didn't think this part through all the way when I was designing the card today. Like I said, I've been out of sorts all week since that mini flood happened. And, you know, because after you have a flood, then you have, I don't know, how many towels do you have to wash? Every one of them. And then not only do you have, because my husband's like, oh, it's just a few towels. And I said, well, it's just a few towels that you have to wash, and then you have to dry them, and then you have to fold them and put them away. So no, it's not just a few towels. Men. Sometimes I just don't get it. I don't know. That there. Ooh, under the grass, maybe. Yes, I think that's where I'm going to put it. Okay. All right. So I'll tuck that under and a little bit, because I didn't want it to be above the part where it closes. Okay, I think that'll work. How about that, guys? I think that's cute enough. Just a little bit of a fun fold, something different for the guys. All right, let me clean this up and then we'll get on to our final project that I'm actually super excited about because it's really cute. And it was inspired by myself. Sometimes I get inspiration from other people, but this time I was inspired by myself, so I'm kind of excited to show you. Oh, and here's my inspiration for this card. This is a card that I made for a swap about a month and a half ago, so that was where I took my first inspiration. And then this is a card that I just got in a swap, so it's that funky fold. And so I just kind of took my idea mixed with that fold, and then I came up with that. So there's lots of inspiration going on down here, even in a flood. I'm still inspiring myself, so that's good. Okay, cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Oh, where's my other card? So let's I can show them all to you at the end. I don't want to lose one. Okay, put this away. Bring in the next one. All right, so this one, we are going to bring back an oldie but a goodie, the Daisy Lane stamp set. And I'm bringing this back because the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper has daisies in it, so why wouldn't I, right? Oh, that's a secret. That's a secret. Not really a secret. I'll be showing you here shortly. Okay, so first things first. We have another piece of Whisper White, cut the same, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. No, that's wrong. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and then when I fold it, then it'll be 5 1/2. So don't let me fool you. Okay, there we go. Oh, good Lord, that was like the crappiest fold I think I've ever done. That was like so not even. Is that better? Slightly. I'm gonna get, it's crooked. There. Okay. Crisis averted. All right. Now, I have a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of cardstock that I ran through that adorable little folder I showed you at the beginning of the live that is in the Ornate Garden collection, because I just love these little delicate flowers because they're super cute. I have a piece of early espresso that is 3 7/8 by 4 and no, good Lord, 5 1/8, 3 7/8, 3 3/4, 5. There we go. Then I had a piece of the Designer Series paper that was also 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, to start with. Then bring in the old paper trimmer here. Don't need that little note. So what I did was I took the piece of paper, okay, and I put it in the trimmer and I lined it up. So here's this point up here. I put it at the 1 inch mark on the trimmer. And then this other point down here at the bottom, can you guys see that? Do I have it all in the frame? So this point up here is at the 1 inch, and then this point here is also at the 1 inch. Okay, so I just bring my finger up, that's 1 inch, that's 1 inch, and then I cut it. Okay, so then I have 2 pieces that I can use to make 2 cards. And they both are the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one. I guess I'll pick this one. And I'm going to glue this piece to my piece of old olive. Okay. Or wait, am I putting it here? I got to remember what I'm doing with this card. No, I'm doing it like that. Okay. You know, I made it like 2 hours ago, so you'd think I could remember, right? Or I guess I designed it. I didn't actually make it yet. So when I'm designing things, I don't actually glue everything down because, I don't know, I just don't. And then I just put the pieces back in the box and then I make you the card for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to add this to this embossed layer here. All right. Then I'm going to add this layer to the layer of early espresso. Oh, I need to find my card that I inspired myself with so I can show you guys, because I was inspired by myself again to do this kind of diagonal Designer Series paper thing. Okay. Get that. All right, so that is going to go on the card like so, because it's amazing. Then we are going to take a scrap of white that I have here and our medium daisy punch, and we're going to give ourselves a couple of daisies. Okay. And we're going to glue them together. So I just put a little blob in the center, and then I just line the centers up along with the petals, because you always want to have at least a double, because that just makes a really nice fluffy daisy. Wi-Fi internet's doing strange things. Oh my gosh, I hope it's your internet, Lisa, and not mine. No offense. I mean, not that I want your internet to be crappy, but I don't want everyone to be having crappy Wi-Fi. Okay, so we have those. Then we need a middle. We need a little middle for that flower. So here's where I took the golf ball die and I cropped a piece of crushed curry, so you can see all the detail that that die puts into the golf ball. That looks totally like a golf ball, right? So I'm going to take my 1/2 inch circle punch and I'm going to crop out the middle. Now what does it look like? It looks like the middle of a daisy. And so I'm going to put that on there. I know, I'm brilliant. I'm amazing. You can go ahead and leave that as a comment. So now my daisy middle is lost. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Barbara. Why does this always happen? I just rained on my own parade. I said how amazing I was, and then I lost something. Well, that's no bueno. Gosh, you guys, do you see it? Seriously, what did I do with it? Because, of course, I cropped it right out of the middle, and I don't know if I have enough. No, I don't. I have got to find that. Or, you know, I did make one earlier today. Maybe I can find it in the trash. Well, I did find one in the trash. Ta-da! Here's another one. Okay. On the flowers at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Diana, you're like my lifesaver today. Okay, so, because this one's better. The one I had to punch out of the other one didn't. It wasn't very good. You guys are awesome. Okay, so look at how cool that is. That actually looks like the middle of a daisy, doesn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to put that there so it doesn't get lost. And these I can now throw in the trash. Now, I have a 1-inch piece of early espresso cardstock. It's about 3 inches long. Oh, I have a mess there. This is like a glue eraser. Stampin' Up! Used to sell these. They used to sell some kind of cool stuff. And then they quit selling it. But you can still buy these other places. Okay. Because I had some glue there and that bugs me. All right. Focus, Barb. Oh, here's my piece that I'm going to make. You guys can already see that. All right. So this says Smile. It's out of the stamp set. I could have chose Friend or Smile, but I thought now is a good time for people to try to smile. I mean, there's a lot of crappy things going on, but hopefully me doing these Facebook Lives, you know, and all that kind of stuff, hopefully this just helps everybody feel better. All right, so let's get this. Oh, I forgot to use my embossing buddy. Well, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm actually not going to do this part. So I would cover it with my white embossing powder because I already made one earlier because the embossing gun is so loud and annoying. But you can see that if I were to use my embossing buddy, I wouldn't have this mess on here. I only flicked it off. Most of it came off. I think it would be fine if I did heat it up. I can see a few little pieces, some flecks there. That's not making me super happy, but it is what it is. So I'm going to put that aside because I already did heat emboss one, and here it is. Okay. So now I am going to bring this back, and we're going to add this to the card with some glue. And I'm going to end up trimming some of this off because it's a little long on this side. So I think I want it about like that, but I want it to be straight. Okay. Then I'm going to add some glue to my little daisy bundle here, and I'm just going to set that right there. Isn't that cute? I can't get over the daisy middle, you guys. That just like really, when I was doing that this afternoon, I was like patting myself on the back saying, Barb, you're just amazing. And then I said, I know, to myself. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm kind of not kidding. All right, so we've got some dimensionals here. And we'll get those on, and then I'll stamp. What am I going to stamp? I got something to put in the middle, I think, don't I? I don't really like any of those things for what I'm going to be sending this card for. I think I'm just going to leave it blank on the inside. And maybe I'll just crop out another daisy and stick it in there. Or I could, no. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh my gosh, you guys. Somebody tell me that I need to get my head out of, you know, somewhere. We're going to pull this apart. I know you guys have seen me screw stuff up a million times. Well, you're going to get to see me fix another problem. Okay, so I'm going to stick my scissors under there to snip my dimensionals apart. And then we're just going to glue them back together when we're done. I wanted to put some ribbon on here. That's what it's lacking. Okay, so I wanted a piece of ribbon to go across the diagonal like this. Okay, so as usual, you guys, when you tune into a Facebook Live with me, you will always find how to fix a mistake, because I always screw something up. And it's not, I'm not making that up. I'm not being overly dramatic. It's just a fact. Okay, so now I'm putting this ribbon on here. I'm going to tear that in half because that was too wide. I'm just going to touch my dimensional. Okay, there's a little slobber on that, but don't tell anyone. I guess I'll have to hold this in my house for like 14 days, quarantine it before I actually mail it out. Okay, so now since I've just cut those dimensionals, I can just add a little bit of snail to each one. And when I put them back onto my card, they'll just go right back in the same place, and then they'll stick to each other. How do I know this? Because I've done this a lot. I've screwed up a lot. Okay, now we can add some more glue to this. And we can stick it back where it was, and nobody will even know that we messed the whole thing up. Okay. So that is so cute, you guys. It just made me so happy when I saw that when I got done with it this afternoon. And then I couldn't wait to actually make it so that you guys could see it too and appreciate it. Okay, let me bring in my inspiration piece. Where are you, inspiration piece? Ta-da! This is a card that I made for a swap. What about, about that? I swap all the time, you guys. That's one of the greatest things about being a demonstrator is you can swap cards with people. So I made like 14 of this exact same card, and I mailed them to, well, this is a different special kind of swap. So I mailed them to 14 of my friends, and they are all going to send me 14 other cards, and we're focusing on the So Sentimental bundle right now. So anyway, this is the Parisian Blossoms Designer Series paper. I did that same thing where I cut it on the diagonal. So I had 2 pieces for each one. I used that same little folder, layered it, added my piece of ribbon, and then these are the 2 of the dies from the Stitched So Sweetly set, which are super cute. And then I had some petal pink rhinestones. They're in the annual catalog. Maybe I can grab them here really quick. Yes. Petal pink rhinestone gems, and they have a bunch of different shapes. And so this just happens to be the one that's on this card right here. But that was my inspiration piece. And then I ended up doing that. So swapping is super fun because it does give you a lot of inspiration. So if you are a demonstrator, I highly recommend you swap. If you're on my team, I do a monthly swap now. And so it's very exciting. Okay, so this is one of our cards we made today. This is one of our cards we made today. So both of these use pieces and parts from the Ornate Garden suite. It's amazing, you guys. If you don't have it, you absolutely need to get it. And you need to get it right now during my anniversary special, because if you weren't here in the beginning, today is my 17th anniversary with Stampin' Up. I signed up 17 years ago today. It was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life, because I have had so much fun, and I have met my very best friends doing this job. Granted, they don't live here near me, but my 2 very best friends I met through Stampin' Up, and I couldn't be happier about that. It's been a way for me to provide for my family, because I actually do this as a business, and so it's been a great way for me to provide for my family. I have taken my husband on trips all across the globe, from Fiji to Alaska to Cancun, all over the globe. I've taken him over to Spain and Italy doing this job that I absolutely love. And it's because of you guys that I'm able to continue doing this, because without your support, without your sales, without you people being on my team, I couldn't do any of this. So thank you so much for all of it, you guys. I appreciate it so much. And so to reward you, I've got my anniversary special going on. Anybody who orders anything from me at all using this host code this month will get a 20 project tutorial using the Ornate Garden bundle of products. If your order is $50, you will get that tutorial plus a free $20 online class from me. If your order is $100, you will get the 20 project tutorial, the $20 online class, plus a goodie. Out of my bucket here, I have a ton of things to give away. I've got paper, I've got ribbons, I've got embellishments, I've got big shot items, I've got twine, I've got punches, I've got piercing tools, just all kinds of stuff. And if your order is $150 or more, you will get the 20 project tutorial, the $20 online class, a goodie out of my bucket, plus a $10 coupon to spend with me when the new catalog comes out in June. So I'm super excited about this anniversary that I have going on, you guys. And Thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. Please like it if you're on YouTube and Facebook. It really helps me out a lot. And until next week, guys, we will see you later. Bye-bye.